Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our September 18, 2025 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division. Is there anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence all your devices. Our first case is on page 32. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 2300 Northeast 33rd Ave, owner Everglades Club Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 24090098. This case was first heard on 3/20/25. To comply by 5/15/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $150.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Esther Schumann. I'm the president of the Condo Association. We have...
No speakers. Okay, it's okay. Alexandra Boris, building inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. Property's been cited for violation. City Ordinance 9-280B. There are building parts which are deteriorated and not maintained. There's cracks on the concrete ceiling visible from the ground floor parking garage on the east side of the building. Water from the second floor patio appears to be penetrating through the concrete slab and linking into the parking garage. Water intrusion in the north stairwell. At this time, permits have not been applied for, case is not complied. And here today is the board president, Dr. Schumann, who wishes to speak. Go ahead,
Thank you.
Doctor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we have selected a contractor, and the construction work contract is currently with our legal counsel. As soon as that is signed, they will apply for permits, and within 15 days after permit issuance, they will commence the work, and they believe 75 days would be enough. 75 days after starting the work. So we would like to ask please for an extension of 91 days.
City opposed?
City supports 91-day extension. We have a letter from the engineer making the request. I understand that the bid package has been submitted and a contractor selected. 91 days, city supports.
You're okay with 91?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to find that the violation does exist. The respondent will be given, they'll extend the time for compliance 91 days to December 18th, 2025.
Thank you.
You want a notice order to reappear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there'll be an order to reappear which will require you to come back if you need to, if it's not in compliance.
Thank you very much.
Can we get this? Yeah. Can we get this feedback? Okay, thanks. Thank you. It's all right. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 23. Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 125 North Birch Road. Owner Springbrook Gardens, Inc., A condo. Case number BE 23060052. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 1/18/24. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $10,800, which continues to accrue. There are 4 extensions noted.
Good morning, sir. Will you state your name, please?
Got it. Good morning. Good morning again. My name is Thomas Murphy, President of Springbrook Gardens, 125 North Birch Road.
Okay, I'm here for the same.
Good morning. Magistrate Senior Inspector Rich with the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address are as read. They're actually asking a request for an extension, which the city does not oppose to 119 days.
119 days?
Correct.
All right. I'm sure you're not opposed to that.
No, we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
I'll extend the time for compliance till January 15th, 2026. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you very much.
Can we go back to the... Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Do I
Honor.
have to kind of make an appointment now to appear for the January?
Well, I think you want an order to reappear?
Yeah, he can reappear.
Okay, there'll be an order to reappear, which requires you to come back, assuming you're not in compliance. If you're in compliance, you don't. But you got to
Okay.
make sure that the city agrees with you that you're in
Thank you very
compliance.
much. Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Hey, you want to go back to that first case? Did we suspend the fines? I don't think we did. Done? Okay, all right. Well, if it does, then I'll do it, but I typically will say it. Okay, thanks.
Our next case is at the top of page 26. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1640 Northwest 5th Ave. Owner, AIM Partners LLC. Case number BE 24070282. This case was first heard on 4/17/25. To comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $1,350, which continues to accrue.
Good morning.
Good,
Just a minute.
good morning. Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
Thank you, Magistrate Duty. My name is Steve Geller. I'm an attorney, represent the respondent here. They didn't realize that what they were doing was improper. They purchased what they thought was a 3-unit property, and it's actually 2-unit property. I've discussed this with Mr. Ford, the zoning official, with Mr. Mark. I believe we have an agreement. We are requesting back to the original as-built 2 units. We'd like the 4 months to hire the contractor, get the plans done, get the permits. I can't guarantee when the building permits will be approved or construction is completed.
I don't think the city's opposed to granting the additional time, and what we'll do is in order to reappear, which is if you don't meet that deadline, you reappear, and we can discuss about where we're at that
Yes, sir.
point. So 4 months, we're looking at, what is that?
119 days
Okay.
and state of fines.
Okay, so we'll extend the time for compliance to January 15th, 2026. The fines will be suspended during that period of time.
Thank you, sir.
And then there'll be an order to reappear if necessary, assuming you're not in compliance.
Of course. Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you.
Hahn, and thank you, Mr. Mark.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 32. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 3051 Northeast 47th Court. Owner, Wayne House Association, Inc. Case number BE 23080031. This case was first heard on 11/21/24. To comply by 1/16/25. One section not complied at $50. There are three extensions noted.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please. Okay. And what's your relationship to Wayne House Association, Inc.?
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the City, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280C for deteriorated porches, balconies, including but not limited to steel columns that are in disrepair. The respondent is here to speak. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, so we would like to request a 91-day extension. We received our permit application yesterday. We paid the first payments, so we would like some time for the city to approve the application, do the necessary back and forth with the engineer, if you will. We also, in addition, have a letter from our engineer, which was given to Mr. Alvarez, that's saying that the building is safe to inhabit.
Do you have a contractor?
Yes, we do. It's Flax Restoration.
Okay.
And they submitted actually for the permits,
Okay.
and that permit has been paid.
City supports the extension.
And what's the extension for? How many days?
91 days.
All right, we'll extend the time for compliance 91 days, which will be until December 18th, 2025. We'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Mandatory reappearance?
Yeah, and then there'll be an order to reappear if
Yes.
necessary.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 12. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 132 Isle of Venice Drive 1. Owner, 132 Isle of Venice Investments, LLC. Case number BE 25020102. Notice posted at the property on 5/20/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 9/4/25.
Good morning.
Good morning, it's Stephanie Mayorga with Stephanie Two-Baker's office on behalf of the property owner.
Okay, thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector. For the city presenting case and address is read. The property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the remodel of several units at the property, including kitchens and bathrooms. The case was opened 2/10/25. Inspection report mailed 2/12/25, and special magistrate notice mailed 4/1/2025. During our investigation, we obtained evidence that the interior of the rental apartment/motel was remodeled, including new kitchens and bathrooms. I have had several conversations with the owner and also the representative who has indicated that they're in the process of getting the required permits to comply with this case. The respondent is here to speak.
We would appreciate a 119-day extension and hold of fines. The owner has engaged all the design professionals and a GC to submit the after-the-fact permits. And just for the record, the current owner did not perform these changes. Unfortunately, it didn't come up during due diligence when he closed on the property last year, but we would appreciate the extension to comply.
Okay, I think we're not really talking about an extension here. We're talking about a final order, which would find that the violation exists and give you a period of time to come into compliance.
Yes, we would appreciate that.
And what was the recommended time?
The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, do you want an order to reappear? No. Okay. I'm going to find that there's notice. The respondent's here. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll find that the violation exists, and the respondent will be given till January 15th to come into compliance for face fine of $50 a day.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Excuse me, there's a lot of, not you, ma'am. There's a lot of loudness in here, so if you have to have a conversation, please step outside. Unfortunately, the feedback, it's picking up, and we're being recorded, so it's hard for us to hear up here. So please lower your voices, or if you have to have a conversation, please go outside. If you need to speak with one of the inspectors, please have them meet you outside. Thank you. Our next case is on page 24. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 300 Northeast 4th Street. Case number BE 241-00155. Owner, Dependable Equities, LLC. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $2,700, which continues to accrue.
Stephanie Mayorga with Stephanie Two-Baker's office on behalf of the property owner.
Thank you.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is not complied, but the city is requesting the fines be stayed and to give a 119-day extension for reinspection.
We would appreciate the extension period. The owner will be submitting complete site clearing permits to remove the improvements made permanently. The site is slated for redevelopment, so we're in the process of pooling those permits or submitting for those permits.
Okay, I'll grant an extension of 119 days, which would be until January 15th, 2026. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. Are you looking for an order to reappear?
No.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Chief Martinez, property address 29 Southwest 33rd Street. Owner, CMEX Construction Materials, FLLC. Case number BE 2309-0115. This case was first heard on 4/18/24 to comply by 4/28/24. One section complied at $100. The city is requesting total accrued fines $2,900. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,275.
Chief Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The case is compliant. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Yes.
I'm Jeffrey Porter, Environmental Manager for CEMEX Materials. As you stated the work has been completed. We do not object to the fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll find that the property is in compliance. I accept the recommendation of staff to reduce it to the city's administrative costs, which are $1,275.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is also on page 30, Chief Martinez, property address 527 Southwest 21st Terrace, owner 527 Steel LLC, case number BE 24070403. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 5/1/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $2,500. City is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $575.
Good morning. State your name, please.
Good morning, Daniel Massa, representing 527.
Thank you.
Chief Martinez representing the city. Case and address has read. Case is in compliance. I allow the respondent to speak.
Yes.
We'll accept the fine.
Okay. Again, it would be, rather than fine, it would be the administrative costs. I'll find that the property is in compliance, and I'll reduce the fine to the city's administrative costs, which are $575.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Senior Inspector Jose Saragusi on page 10, property address 1345 Southwest 26th Ave, owner Jessica Alfaro, case number BE 25020249. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 9/4/25.
State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Jessica Alfaro.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Saragusti on behalf of the city presenting the case as read. This property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for a shed structure. The case was opened in February 24, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on February 26, 2025, and notice of hearing was mailed on March 21st, 2025. I have been in contact with the property owner, Ms. Jessica, and we're asking the magistrate to find the violation exists to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yes, ma'am. Anything you want to say?
So I did start the permit process.
Okay.
And I've submitted what they've required. And I came to a point where I wasn't sure what to submit. So I went down to the city and spoke with them, and they told me it's something that can't be permitted. Meanwhile, I've paid all the permits and contractor to help. And then they're telling me that I can't permit it, so I don't know where I'm at.
You want to respond?
Let's talk about that. In the meantime, you have 119 days. And we will see which is the problem with maybe it's the zoning area. I don't know.
Maybe it's the what?
Zoning? Yeah, zoning issues. Let's talk about that later, okay?
Okay.
There may be some administrative remedy, there may not, okay? I mean, I guess you guys can talk about it. There may be a variance or something like that. I'll let him talk to you about that. I'm going to find that the violation does exist. Give you 119 days to come into compliance, which would be January 15, 2026, or a fine of $50 a day. I mean, the remedy might be that you remove it or that it's approved in some way, but I'll let you talk to staff about that, okay?
Right. I did hire a company, and they told me I didn't need a permit because it wasn't a permanent structure. So
again,
I went that route, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
And this was 6 years ago.
All right. I'll let you talk to staff about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 15, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1911 Northeast 15th Ave, owner Chai Flow LLC, case number BE 25020228. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning.
Morning.
State your name, please.
Jeff Leon,
And your relationship to Chai Flow LLC is
the owner.
the owner. Thanks.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023 105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the remodel of kitchens and bathrooms without permits. The case was opened 2/21/2025. Inspection report mailed 3/4/2025, and the special magistrate notice mailed 8/2025. Upon a complaint from the HOA, I visited this property but was unable to get access. However, during our investigation, we did obtain evidence that the interior of the home was being remodeled, including the kitchen and bathrooms. When we checked records, we found no permits pulled for this work. I spoke with the owner, Mr. Leon, who lives in Chicago, and indicated that he is in the process of remodeling the property, and explained that he has hired a contractor. However, the contractor did not follow his instructions to get permits. Mr. Leon has been very cooperative and is in the process of getting permits to support this work. Mr. Leon is here to represent the property.
Yes, correct.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, that covers it. I hired a contractor. He did not pull permits, is not licensed as well, so I was deceived with his words. This process has taken a long time because I'm out of state as well.
Right.
As Preston has mentioned, Mr. Mark has mentioned, I've hired a architect to do the drawings, and I've got a general contractor lined up once the permits are pulled.
How much time do you think you need?
180 days.
The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
That's fair.
What we'll do is, do you want an order to reappear or not?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 13, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 405 North Victoria Park Road. Owner Scott M. Stewart. Case number BE 25020158. Notice posted at the property on 5/22/25. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you state your names for the record?
Scott Michael Stewart.
Okay. Yes.
Mike Elbow.
And you're the owner, and you are what?
I'm a permit expert. I represent him.
Got it.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited under violation 9-1D. Any violations of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for this section. There was construction work being done at this property, which was completed without permits, which included the installation of a fence, laundry shed, electrical water heater, and which is in disrepair, and installation and installed without permits. The case was opened 2/14/2025. Inspection report mailed 3/14/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 4/22/2025. I visited this property with the assistance of Inspector Inisu. We met the complainant, Alison Henderson, who gave us access to inspect the property. She pointed out several maintenance issues regarding the building, which we referred her to the owner and landlord for resolution. We did, however, observe that several violations, including the accessory structure shed being used as a laundry room, which was not in compliance. There's also a wooden fence at the rear of the property, which exceeds the height limit. There's also a water heater and electrical service improperly installed. We met with Mr. Stewart, who indicated that he bought the property as is and did not make any renovations. Our records currently show there's no permits pulled for this work. The city is requesting that the magistrates find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
Okay, so just for the record, we don't want to admit for the fence because it's not his issue. He didn't build the fence, it's the neighbor. We will ask the city to confirm that.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just stop you there. Is the fence on his property?
The fence was built on his property line
By who?
by the neighbor.
The neighbor.
And he even built it on the wrong side, means that...
Have you talked to the neighbor about it?
Well, he never consented with him, never got from him. If you build the fence with the wrong side, you have to consent with the neighbor. He never consent, he never agreed to that. So
I know, but you intend the fence to stay, right?
He doesn't want it.
Are you going to take the fence down?
No, because it's not his property, it's the neighbor.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. I thought, just bear with me here. I thought the fence is on his property.
the fence was built in between the two houses.
Is it on his property?
Yeah, both.
It's on his property.
It's both, him and the neighbor.
No, it's going to be on
fence
somebody's
line is-
property. It's going to be, it matters.
It's the
It matters.
borderline.
Okay, no. The
The
fence
borderline
is
belongs to
going to
both.
stay? The fence is going to stay? Look,
For
look.
his references, he doesn't want it to stay.
All right, is he going to take it down?
He wants to, but he doesn't want to bear the cost. He's the neighbor. We need the city to first approve who built it illegally, so then he can claim the neighbor to say, you built it illegally, please take it down.
That would be a civil matter, not in the
Yeah,
city.
that's between you and your neighbor.
But currently, he has the violation, which he never built it.
Well, look, if you buy a piece of, it's an example, you buy a piece of property that has violations on it that you didn't do, they become your responsibility. Okay, that's the way that it works. When you buy a piece of property in Florida and it has violations, they become yours. So if somebody else, if it's on his property, it becomes his issue. It's a civil matter between the two of them. I'll let you guys work that out. The other violations, do you have anything else you want to mention about those?
Well, the shed that they're claiming that he built or did work in it, where I spoke to the inspector. We will get the microfilm to see, because that was structured when the building was...
All right, I mean, compliance would be... appear, which means that you come back if it's not in compliance, and we'll address the issue then.
Thank you.
And that would be January 15th,
Thank you,
2026.
sir.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 24. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1421 Northwest 2nd Ave, owner. Devlin Trinity Revocable Trust, Laura K. Devlin trustee, case number BE 2405. 0095. This case was first heard on 9/19/24 to comply by 11/21/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $10,850, which continues to accrue.
Is anybody here on this case? Do you need to come up? If you could come up here.
He doesn't have power of attorney.
Who is he? Is he the owner?
He's the. Yeah.
Come up if you would. I don't. Huh? Okay, state your name for the record, please.
Michael Devlin?
Do you own the property?
Yes, my wife and I. It's a trusted property.
All right, let me hear from the city, please.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is not complied. Permit BLD-GEN 25020362 has been submitted but has yet to be approved. Regarding this permit, there are 4 issues, 3 involving zoning and 1 involving landscaping. I just have spoken to Michael and his engineer architect a couple minutes ago regarding this. I brought it to their attention. They are going to try to expedite as fast as possible to remedy this permit to get it issued so we can close this case up. But the city is requesting that the fines be imposed. I will certainly let Michael speak.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you guys know, it's kind of out of our hands as owners. I have 2 engineers. One is McLaughlin Engineering, who is the city's engineer. 3rd Avenue was renamed McLaughlin Avenue for them. Their signatures is the one all over this paperwork. But let me tell you, I never imagined this thing taking as long as it did.
Why is it taking so long?
It's not me, it's the engineers, and I don't really know why. I keep asking questions, but I don't get any answers. So it's just between the engineers and the city, things keep coming up in the paperwork. They say, okay, now you got to take care of this. Okay, now you got to take care of this. Now you got to take care of this. And they have taken care of everything. It's just things keep popping up. It doesn't all come at once. Like a list and say, okay, take care of all these. Something comes up, they take care of it. Then something else comes up. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, indirectly, yes. But whatever the issues that I just, described are what needs to progress this to move forward so it's finalized.
Can I make this go
All right,
any
here's what I'm
faster?
going to do. I'm going to impose the fine. Okay? when you come into compliance, then there'll be a period in which you can apply for amnesty, I guess it is, under the way that it works, but I'm just going to impose the fine. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 20. Inspector Severian Ronescu, property address 1701 Southwest 4th Court. Owner Highland Properties LLC, case number BE25020016. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning, sir. You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Dustin Mercurio on behalf of Highland Properties.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was citing as violation under FPC 2023-105.1. This building has illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to new air conditioning units, kitchen and bathroom remodeling, rear paver patio. This case was opened on February 4, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on February 14, 2025. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on 4/22/2025. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're working through all the necessary items to get all of our proper permits. We're requesting a 119-day extension to get all those in place.
Okay, again, it's just a technicality. It's not an extension. It'd be a final order that would require you to come in compliance by a set time. You okay with
119 days, $50
All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to January 15, 2026 to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. You want an order to reappear?
Yes, please.
And there'll be an order to reappear, which, if you're not in compliance by the date, you got to come back. All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
No order to reappear.
Nope, no order to reappear.
Our next case is on page 29. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 712 Northwest 2nd Street. Owner, Pride of Fort Lauderdale Lodge, 652. Case number BE24060071. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 1/16/25. One section not complied, that's $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,200, which continues to accrue.
Anybody here for this? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Willie Ford?
Okay, you're here on behalf of Pride of Fort Lauderdale Lodge 652?
Correct.
Okay. Yes, ma'am?
And I'm Nadine Hankerson on the litigation side for the Pride of Fort Lauderdale 652.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. Fines continue to accrue daily, and the city is looking to impose the full amount. There's some extenuating circumstances. I spoke with Mr. Ford this week. He just got in contact with me. Just to kind of give you an idea, this case is for this property tenant, I would say, or previous owner, blocked the alleyway with some fences, and they were trying to get the alleyway vacated so that they could keep the fences blocking the alleyway. The previous person that appeared at the hearings before, a gentleman named Kevin, he was supposedly going through that process, but nothing ever came through on our side. So that's why the fines continue to accrue. Mr. Ford here has some information that he would like to provide to see if he could get an extension based off of.
Okay, and I'm going to hear it. I just want to make, so what, basically this is a fence that was in an alley right away?
There's a fence on each side of the alley, which blocks access to the alleyway.
And then there was an attempt by somebody representing them prior to get it vacated.
To get it vacated. He appeared at one of the
The
hearings.
alley belongs to the city, right?
The alleyway is a right-of-way, yes.
Yeah, so then apparently that didn't pan out.
So, yeah, it looks like there's some other issues that I guess Mr. Ford can bring to light.
I'm just trying to get the background, so
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
We have a lot of issues with the
Yeah,
property.
sounds
It's been in litigation for 8 years approximately.
It's actually in the courts?
Yes.
Okay.
We just recently...
I'm sorry, is that about trying to get the vacation, or what is the litigation about? In short...
Litigation was that Kevin Utsi, the guy that appeared before this board before, owned the property. We got a final judgment and a jury decision that reverted the property back to us.
Okay.
As of around 27th of August, 20 May of this year. And we don't have possession of the property today. The tenants still own the property.
Okay.
We have issued a writ of eviction.
Okay.
They haven't complied with it.
Okay.
We also have a scheduled eviction on 24th of August. Of September. At that time...
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Hearing all this, I'm going to give you some additional time. How much time do you need?
My attorney advised that we need approximately 30 days once we get possession of the property.
30 days after you get possession?
Yes, which should be next Wednesday.
Well, you want to do 63 days, something like that?
City doesn't oppose.
We could probably need more time than that.
Okay.
So we'll grant there'll be an extension to November 20th, 2025. The fines will be suspended. There's existing fines, but the fine will not accrue during that period of time.
Okay.
You want to do an order to reappear?
Yeah.
It'd be an order to reappear, which would require, if you haven't hashed it out by November 20th, you'd come back here and we'll see where you're at.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 10. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1470 North Dixie Highway. Owner, Wisteria Court Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 25020025. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
State-
Dale Clapperson, Property Manager.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. This property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for sprinkler work, electrical work, and PVC fence and gate. For electrical wires and accessories not maintaining in the good condition. The case was opened in February 4th, 2025. Final notice was mailed on February 5th, 2025, and notice of hearing was mailed on April 8, 2025. I have been in contact with the property manager, Dale, and we are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yes.
I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah, are you okay with the 119 days with the electrical issues?
Yes, it's enough.
No, I
Yeah,
know it's
but-
enough, but you're not concerned there's no safety issue about the electrical?
No, one part of the electrical issues already put in conditions.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. There doesn't seem to be any dispute. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face fine $50 a day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, just for $100 a day.
Okay.
Is that per violation, right?
Is for the case?
Per violation, yeah. Okay, thank
Understood.
you. There's 2 violations.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Severian Onescu. Property address 3270 Northwest 66th Street. Owner Eddie Garcia. Case number BE 25020029. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Eddie Garcia.
Severino Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited in violation on the FPC 2023-105.1. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to windows, doors replacement, kitchen and bathroom alteration. This case was opened on February 5, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on the same day. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on April 8, 2025. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
So we're just waiting for the master permit. I spoke with the inspector.
You have an application in?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the permits, they're almost ready to go.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. That doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until January 15th to come into compliance or face fine, January 15, 2026, to come into compliance or face fine $50 a day.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Our next case is on page 16. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 2621 North Ocean Boulevard. Case number BE 25030114. Owner Ghulam H. Osman. Notice posted at the property on 5/16/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Morning. State your name for the record, please.
Catherine Bushy. I'm the property manager there.
Okay.
Preston Mark, building inspector of the city, presenting case and address as read. There's several expired permits related to this. There's an expired permit related to this case. The case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 191 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. The respondents, $100 a day thereafter.
119 days?
91 days, sir.
91 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'd like an extension, please.
Okay, well, this is actually a final order. It will be an order that gives you, as suggested by the city, 91 days, which would be December 18th, 2025, or a fine of $100 a day. Is that what it was?
Yes.
$100 a day. Do you want an order to reappear?
No.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 1. Chief Martinez, property address 4100 Gulf Ocean Drive. Owner, the Galleon Condo Apartments, Inc. Case number BE 25010012. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Thank you.
Chief Martinez, I'm sorry.
Let's go. Yes, can you state your name for the
Yes,
record?
good morning. My name is Mustafa Adib. I'm the owner's rep for the board.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, Chief Martinez, representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we already started the structural repairs a couple of years ago. We have an active permit and engineers. And in the next month, we're going to be hiring the MEP, the electrical contractors, to perform the work. So we are on it now.
But you have to submit the report, too, as well.
For structural?
When you complete the repairs, you gotta ask your engineer of record to provide us with a new report stating that no repairs are required for structure and for electrical.
Electrical, will do.
You have 180 days to complete the work.
But the work is not going to be done. The building is big. I mean, they keep going on the structural.
Okay, and 180 days that won't be done?
No.
Okay, then before the 180 day expire, make sure that you have an active permit.
Yes, sir.
And you talk to your engineer of record and ask him to provide the city with an extension request letter stating why the extension is necessary and an active permit on that letter, okay?
Okay.
And he needs to also state that the building is safe for occupancy, to continue the occupancy during the repairs.
Okay.
And you will get another extension.
Okay, so this, you're looking for 180 days?
Now, they're gonna get 180 days.
Yeah, got it.
So-
So I
so-
heard all that. I understand.
Yeah.
First I thought it was 119, but we're talking about 180.
No, it's going to be more. So as long
All
as
right,
we
here's
go.
the deal. I'll let you talk to him about it. I think he made clear that if you get to the 180 days, there's going to be a number of things you're going to have to do. Have a valid permit. You're going to have to have it, some letters and stuff. I'll let you work that out with him outside the hearing.
Okay.
But I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 180 days, which would be March 17th, 2026. Do you want an order to reappear?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
thank
good
you.
luck to you.
Thank you.
Stay in
Appreciate it.
touch.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1219 Southwest 21st Street. Owner Angelo Michael Manino. Case number BE 25030005. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning.
Morning. Angelo Menino, homeowner.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Severian Onescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited on the violation of Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner but not limited to: complete interior alteration, including plumbing, electrical, and mechanical, Florida room modification into a livable space, laundry room alteration and modification, all windows and doors replacement, and some opening modification. This case was opened on March 4, 2025. Special magistrate hearing was mailed on April 22, 2025.
Yes, sir.
The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 thereafter.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. That doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 6. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Excuse me. Property address 1900 South Ocean Drive. Owner Breakwater Towers Corp. Case number BE 25010082. Notice posted at the property on 5/27/25. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard, 9/4/25.
Good morning. State your name for the record.
Good morning.
please.
Tim Hartley for Breakwater Towers. I'm their counsel.
Okay.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: garage door and a new ceiling in the superintendent's office. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we agree. We have a new contractor working on this who's submitted the permit application and things that need to be done to correct this.
Okay. I'm going to find that the violation exists. That doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until January 15th to come into compliance or face a fine of, you want $150? $50 a day.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, on page 27, property address 2628 Southeast 21st Street. Case number BE 23110065. Owner Andre Shelostov. This case was first heard on 6/20/24 to comply by 8/22/24. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $14,600.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Vasilisa Shelostova.
What's your relationship to the owner?
I'm his daughter, and I hold the power of attorney on his behalf.
Okay.
Alexandra Perez, Building Inspector for the city, updating your case number, address is read. The case is complied, and the respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
Yes, so I understand that there was a lack of understanding on our behalf. Right now, we were able to get the case complied, thankfully, with the contractor, but we are trying to see if we can lower the fine and pay it out.
Yeah, there's an amnesty program that allows you to apply for, and I think they typically do 90% of it reduction, but I'll let you apply for that. What they're asking me is to impose the fine, which exists, and I'll do that, and then you can talk to the staff about how to get into the amnesty program to get the fine reduced, now that it's in compliance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we were speaking earlier, and if it's okay, the city supports a reduction of fines to administrative costs of $1,177.
I'm sorry, 1,100 and what?
$77.
All right. At the city, pursuant to the city's request, I'll reduce it to administrative costs, which is $1,177.
Amazing. Can it be?
Well, I'll let you talk to them on how you pay it.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
So much.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusi on page 9, property address 540 Southwest 28th Ave, owner 540 Investments LLC, case number BE 25010015. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard, 9/4/25.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, how are you?
Can you state your name for the record?
Donald Anderson.
You're here on behalf of the owner,
Yes, sir, I am.
and your relationship to them is?
Senior property manager.
Okay.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for carport conversion into AC area. The case was opened in January 1st, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on January 16, 2025, and notice of hearing was mailed on March 31st, 2025. I have been in contact with the property manager, Mr. Donald, and we are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I'm in total agreement with that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. I don't think that's in dispute.
Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning. You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Gabe Bergerdi, the owner.
Okay.
Preston
Clifford
Bill,
Oxius, contractor.
Got it. Okay.
sorry. Preston Bill, Inspector of the City, presenting case and address is read. There are several expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, the case is not in compliance. City is requesting 191 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
We find that acceptable.
Okay. Did you say 91?
91 days.
91 days.
$100
Okay,
a day.
I'm going to find that the violation exists. I don't think that's being disputed. The respondent will be given until December 18th to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you.
You think that's
Thank you.
enough? You think that's enough?
That is because it's going through the city. You wanna do
Our
an order
next
to
case
reappear?
is on page 32.
No.
Senior Inspector Alexander Boris.
I'm sorry,
property-
what page was that?
32.
32, thank you.
a nightmare. We have multiple times police officers there. I've been trying to really get this project going on. Like, I'm paying mortgage every month on the property, and I want to open the restaurant, but it's just been honestly very hard to find reliable people to work with. And I'm talking about GCs, architect, and the whole team. Finally, we got all our draws ready because sadly I bought into a property that has a lot of issues previous to me that I have no idea about it, but it's my responsibility and I'm taking accountability for it. So we already have all our package ready to submit, so I'm hoping to be able to submit in about 2 weeks because we still have not get into a contract with the GC. We're working on it.
You do not have a contract with the GC, you say? Or you
Not
do?
yet, but hopefully we're going to have it this week. So yeah, we're going to be ready to submit in about 2 weeks.
Look, I'm sympathetic to what you're saying, but this
Yeah.
was a case that was first heard in November of last year.
Yes.
That was when it was heard.
Yeah.
So it started, I'm sure, well before that.
Yeah. It's just like, it took just a long time to really know what was going on in the property.
Yeah, let me just, is there an existing final order for this case, or are you looking for a final order today?
Yeah.
There's a final order? Are you opposed to any extension?
We would support one final extension. I mean, only because the property is not occupied and it's vacant and boarded up. City supports 91-day extension should be enough time
That's
to
more than
submit the
enough.
package, get your plans approved.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you well, but obviously 91 days is going to be it because we started this in November of last year. So, okay,
Yeah.
there'll be an extension of 91 days.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 27, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1560 Northeast 4th Ave. Excuse me. Owner, Bernard Charasol, case number BE 2408-0369. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 12325. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose fines of $5,500, which continues to accrue. There are 3 extensions noted.
Good morning. State your names for the record, please.
Bernard Charisol, for the owner.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed Islam, GC.
GC, okay.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for a violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 as follows. Change of use without the required permits and interior alteration without permit, including but not limited to tenant separation walls, partially removed between units, and walk-in cooler in unit 1546. This case is not yet complied. Permits have been applied for and are currently under review, and owner and contractor are here to speak today. Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, we have applied for all the permits.
Are you new to this?
No,
The
sir.
reason I ask is
Yes, sir.
because it looks like it was heard in November of last year.
Yes, we
So
had,
I'm trying to figure out how we got so far down the road and we haven't even have permits yet.
initially we had to get the letter of the safety of the structure. So that was the first thing that we dealt with, that the unit is okay to operate because they have taken down some walls without any permits. So we had engineers came in, they did the structural assessment, so that went on. Then we applied, that was in November. So January, we started having the engineers do the as-built drawings. So we started that. And then once we submit everything, then we had to go through the Broward County asbestos process and everything. And it's a pretty hectic process. So finally, we got all the certificate from the Broward County regarding the asbestos.
Your application for a permit's in now, right? I thought I heard.
It's already been in, yes,
Yeah,
sir, yes.
but it's under
Everybody-
review. They haven't issued the permit.
We have pretty much every department.
Not issued.
Yes, sir.
Are you opposed to an extension? City?
If we support an extension, it would be a final extension. We would not be able to support any additional extension only. I mean, you're almost at the finish line with that.
Correct.
Well, you can do a relatively short extension if you want to. Want to do 60 days, 63 days?
Yes, sir. Sounds reasonable.
All right, well, we'll do an extension of 63 days. There's existing fines, they're gonna stay there. I'll suspend the fines from accruing during that period of time.
Thank you, sir.
But the new compliance date would be November 20th, 2025. And I guess the existing fine amount is $100 a day. Isn't that what the existing order has? Looks like to me. So that'll remain in play. They're suspended during that period of time. I guess it's pretty clear from the city's point that this is the last one, so you got to get it done. Anyway,
So
good
by
luck.
that time, I think we should be able to get all the permits approved and then start calling the inspections.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Our next case is on page 13, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 517 Coconut Isle Drive, owner Mario Moran Monifa, case number BE 2502-0108, notice posted at the property on 5/20/25, notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record?
Good morning, Beatrice Delgado.
What's your relationship to the owner?
I have a power of attorney to speak on his behalf.
Okay.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector, represented the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited under violation Florida Building Code 2023-111.1.1. This single-family dwelling is being occupied and the pool barrier is missing prior to obtaining the required completion certificate of occupancy. The case was opened 2/10/2025. Inspection report mailed 2/19/2025 and special magistrate notice mailed 4/2/2025. I visited this property to investigate the complaint as noted. I met with the owner Mario, who was cordial and gave me access to the property. However, during the inspection, I visually observed that the home was being occupied as there were personal effects and the pool, which was not yet complete, with permit inspections, was filled with water, and based on the complaint from the neighbor, this pool was being used on the weekend. I explained to Mario that this was a hazard and requested that he vacate the property and install a temporary barrier around the pool. A record showed that currently that the master permit BLD-RNC 2209-0038 is is expired, and the construction for the single-family home, 3-story, 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, with a carport, was expired on 7/30/2025. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 63 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Okay, just so I understand, the permits are expired for this house, right?
Permit just expired.
Is the house occupied today?
I have an application to reopen the master permit, yes.
And is the house occupied today?
No, not right now. He's out of state. He have a family member with cancer. They passed away just 29 days ago. And that's where he will come back to the country by the end of this month, and we will start making progress
All
on
right,
the house.
so what they need to do is to reactivate the permit and do the inspections because the work is done, right?
Yes, I would need to do an inspection to confirm that the property is not occupied.
Okay, how about the pool barrier?
Also, we'll need to check on that.
Yeah, we have waiting on the plans to resubmit. The permit has been going back and forth, but since he's been out of state, really hard for me to get with architects and get the proper comments back to the city.
All right, I'm going to find that violations exist. The respondent will be given to November 20th to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
$500 a day.
$500 a day. That sounds more appropriate, actually. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, this concludes all of our respondents. Before we move on to the non-respondents, the city's taking a break. Recess.
That sounds good. All right, let's take a break.
Thank you. Resuming our special magistrate hearing for the Building Division. Our next case is on page 28. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 401 Northwest 14th Terrace, owner Furman L. Walker, case number BE 2309-0137. This case was first heard on 2/15/24 to comply by 4/18/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $22,700, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Push the button. The button. Down. There you go.
Furman Walker.
Thank you. Are you the owner?
Yes, I'm the owner.
Okay.
All right, good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This is actually two cases. If you see one on top of the other, it's BE 2309-0137 and then 0138 right underneath. The property split into two folios on the property appraiser records. I checked this morning. The permit has been issued as of 9/17, so the violation is now complied as of yesterday. So we can either listen to what they got to say. I mean, city is requesting full imposition, but if you're inclined to reduce, that's up to you based off of testimony from the owner.
Yes. Yes, sir. What would you like to say? Anything?
Yes, the time trying to comply has just been a big inconvenience, and it's so expensive, and the time delay was waiting on materials, getting the legal things done, and to afford to pay for the permit. I don't know, it's so expensive. The single permit was like $596 from...
Is this Mr. Walker the owner of the other parcel?
No, I'm the owner of both.
Well, is it for Fairman?
They spelled it wrong.
Okay, got it. Okay, all right.
And I had to fence up.
I'm inclined to reduce the fine, but I think you might be better if you go through the amnesty program because they can reduce it by 90%.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's a program that the city has that you make an application after you've come into compliance.
So I believe, there are no ladies at the back. I was going to say, someone can assist you at the back, but it's a paperwork process that all goes through. You don't have to go to a hearing or anything, and it allows up to a 90% reduction in the total fine. So, as the magistrate said, it's probably a better, well, I don't know, admin
You've
costs.
you've got both. You're okay with admin? Go ahead.
It depends on whatever you choose. I mean, I calculated this morning with
the
staff.
fines for the two properties is something like $44,000.
It's going to be 40. Yeah, because it came up to $22,650 for each with the compliance data yesterday. The admin costs that we calculated this morning for the 0137 case would be $1,673, and then for the second case it'd be $1,627. So we're looking at.
They have to pay admin costs.
In addition to what they reduced.
Yes, sir.
And just to let you know, for the lien amnesty as of October 1st, it's going to be 85%.
All right, I'm
So you may want to.
Yeah, I'm going to reduce it to administrative costs in both instances. Okay? I'm going to reduce the fine to administrative costs incurred by the city in both cases.
Okay.
Which I think still would be probably $3,000 almost.
About $1,673 for 0137 case, and for the 0138 case is $1,627.
Which is more than the amnesty program would grant you. Okay.
Okay.
I still have to read in the second case as well.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead and do that.
Case number BE 2309-0138, case address 401 Northwest 14th Terrace, owner Foreman L. Walker Jr. This case was first heard on 2/15/24 to comply by 4/18/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $22,700.
Here's my rationale. I mean, it ran for a very long time, more than a year. It's 454 days. The amnesty program is limited to 90%, and I think what staff is telling me that's soon going to be 85%.
Okay.
Which is a lot, which is less than what I just granted. I'm going to reduce it to administrative costs. I think the city's entitled to their administrative costs in every case.
Okay.
And that's the best that I can do. And I think it's fair, frankly. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
So then I apply as well for the
No,
amnesty?
I don't think you, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
you
no,
can't,
no.
unfortunately. And in the amnesty cases, it would be the reduction, but you'd still, in addition to that, pay the administrative costs and an application fee. So the
Okay.
magistrate's actually giving you the
It's a better deal
the
than I
yeah,
just gave you.
in essence. And then you'll get an order in the mail, and if you need to do monthly payments, that can, as I understand, that can also be arranged.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I just, since, Rhonda just said this, the Assistant City Attorney just said this, since I kind of led you down the road toward filing this application, I want to make it clear you don't have to do that anymore. In fact, you can't, in view of what I've done, but I've reduced it more than that process would have gotten you, so.
Okay.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Magistrate, can you just, for the second case, what are the fines amount?
Well, it's reduced to administrative costs, and I think the city read those into the record. I talked over you. You want to go ahead and say them again?
1,627
Okay,
for 0138 case.
thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be in order, it'll be mailed to you.
Back to page 1. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1120 Southwest 30th Street. Case number BE 25020160. Owner Sheldon Bennett. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under FBC 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to interior renovations, kitchens, and bathrooms. This case was opened on 2/14/2025, and it was scheduled for special magistrate on 4/1/2025. On 5/16/2025, I met with the owner of the property, Sheldon. He invited me in. There are 2 units on this property. I observed that there was renovations to the kitchen and bathrooms in both units. There was also a question about the occupancy of this property. After reviewing the case, I determined that the property is a duplex, not a triplex, or a single-family residence. I found fence permit application stating it's a duplex, and a boundary survey stating that it is a duplex as well. Photos are attached to the case file. I also pulled a permit for the windows and doors that was closed out in 2019. I removed the violation for windows and doors as well as use and occupancy. I informed Mr. Bennett that he would need permits for the kitchens and bathrooms. The city is requesting the Code Enforcement Board to find that the violations exist. Code Enforcement, I'm sorry.
It's all right, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's okay. Go ahead. It's okay. It doesn't matter in the least.
It's a granted property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that the violations exist. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given to January 15th to come into compliance. I'm sorry, was it $100 or $50 a day?
50.
$50 a day.
Our next case, property address 2420 Southwest 15th Street, case number BE 2503-0061, owner Bill Musingi Casina. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 9/4/25.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under FBC 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to a carport enclosure, bathroom addition, awning, and a tiki hut. This case was opened on 3/7/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 3/11/2025, and the special magistrate hearing was scheduled on 4/14/2025. I arrived at this property on 3/11/2025. This house is for sale and appeared vacant. During our investigation, we have reason to believe that there has been renovations to this property. The carport has been closed in to create livable space. There have been interior renovations, such as structural, kitchen and bathroom involving electrical and plumbing. There is also an awning coming off the back of the house and a tiki hut in the backyard. None of these items listed are permitted. I left a courtesy note on the door. Then they submitted an application for permit BLD-GEN 2504-0390 along with the sub-permits for plumbing and electrical, but nothing for the tiki hut and the awning. The city is requesting that the special magistrate find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony, property was posted, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 2, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1342 Ponce de Leon Drive, owner Nelson and Jasmine Fernandez, case number BE 25020145. Notice posted at the property on 5/23/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 9/4/25.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property. Required inspections were not scheduled, and the permit was left to expire. City is requesting for the magistrate find violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 3, property address 2835 Northeast 35th Street, owner Devin and Alessandra Miller, case number BE 25020298. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property. Requiring inspections were not scheduled and the permit was left to expire. The city is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Have you heard from him?
I don't have any notes. No, I have not.
Okay, I'm going to find that there's notice, the property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, page 4, property address 1134 Northeast 1st Ave, owner Vital Ventures LLC, case number BE 25010176. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 9/4/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits. In the following manner, but not limited to, a kitchen remodel. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice that the property was posted, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given to January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 6, property address 1649 Northeast 8th Ave, owner Laron Allen, case number BE 24120001. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits. In the following manner, but not limited to, bathroom and kitchen remodel and new recess lights. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, the property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 7 at the bottom, property address 3001 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Excuse me. Case number BE 24120087, owner MSLA Lauderdale Holdings, LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits. In the following manner, but not limited to, plumbing and electrical work on the outdoor barbecue area. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, the property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 8, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 255 Southwest 24th Street, owner McDonald's Family Properties LLC, case number BE 25020239. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case was open for expired permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.3.2.1 for expired permits. The case permit PM 0908-1303 and permit PM -10081-284 and permit PM -10081-282. The case was opened in February 24, 2025. Inspection report was made on February 27, 2025, and notice of hearing was made on March 31st, 2025. I don't have any contact with the property owner. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to...
And mandatory appearance.
Okay. Oh, you want him in order to reappear?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to find that there's notice. Property was posted. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the order... that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to November 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 per day. There'll be an order to reappear.
Page 9, property address 609 Southwest 20th Street, owner 7986 LLC, case number BE 25020034. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. This property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit, complete remodeling, including structural, electric, and plumbing and windows. The case was opened in February 2nd, 2025. Inspection report was made on February 28, 2025. A notice of hearing was made on March 31st, 2025. I have been in contact with the property owner. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I'm going to find that there's notice. The property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
At the bottom of page 9, property address 1111 East Las Olas Boulevard, 408, owner Anthony M. Batista, Anthony M. Batista Trust and all others, case number BE 25020223. Notice posted at the property on 5/28/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case was open for expired permit under Section 105.3.2.1 for permit PM 0908 1303, permit PM 181 284, and permit number PM-181 282. Case was open in February 21st. Inspection report was mailed on February 27, and notice of hearing was mailed on March 21st, 2025. No contact with the property owner. We are asking the Magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice the property was posted. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 11. Jose, you're not finished? Oh. Property address 2351 Southwest 27 Terrace. Owner, Heather Rossioli. Case number BE 25030166. Notice posted at the property on 6325. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard, 9425.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property has been cited under City Ordinance 2023, Section 9-280B for building part deteriorated and no maintaining, pool popping out. This case was opened on March 17, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on March 18, 2025. Notice of hearing was made on June 2nd, 2025. No contact with the property owner. We are asking the Magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 190 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter and mandatory appearance.
Inspector, when did you go out initially and look at the property again? When was your initial inspection?
In the initial inspection,
What date? The date?
The initially was open on March 17.
Your Honor, Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. If I could slightly amend the inspector's request, I would suggest 91 days.
Yeah.
And I'd suggest a $500 a day fine. That's a
Yeah.
serious safety
No,
violation for an occupied property.
Right. The pool's popped out of the ground and there's nobody's responded or...
Honestly, I am so worried to go to this property because
Why is that?
there are signs with guns and listen. The case was open for code enforcement with a boat and in the back of the property. And there is a picture, but listen, the pool is out.
Okay.
It's no complainant. We opened, the code enforcement opened the case.
All right.
But when I've been there, I was worried. I don't want to be there.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, property's posted. What was the recommended time? 90 days?
I had suggested 91 days, Your Honor, and a $500 a day
Yes,
fine.
I agree.
I find that the violation exists. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to December 18th to come into compliance or face a fine of $500 a day.
And a mandatory appearance should they choose to do so next time.
Okay, notice to, order to reappear.
Our next case, also on page 11, property address 2590 North Federal Highway. Case number BE 25070132. Owner, Surfside Realty Group, LLC. Notice posted at the property on 8/4/25. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presented the case as read. The case was open for expired permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.3.2.1 for expired permit, BLD CNC 20080005, and Florida City Ordinance Section Florida Building Code, Section 110.1 for work without inspections. The case was opened in July 14, 2025. Inspection report was mailed, a final notice was mailed, We cite this case directly to the hearing in July 31st, 2025. No contact with the property owner, and we're asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 28 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
28 days?
They renew the permit, but there are several inspections that they didn't pass, and they didn't request again the inspection. And I think it's like a safety issue in this property.
Do you have a picture of it? I just want to see where it's at.
Yes.
Is this at the corner of Federal and 26th?
Yes, the same one.
26th and Federal.
Is the like
okay.
a
It's right on the
center.
corner there.
Yes, right on the corner, and the neighbors are tired from this construction.
All right. It's been ongoing for a while. All right, I'm going to find that there's notice property was posted. Sworn testimony of the city's testimony that the violation exists is uncontested. The respondent will be given until October 16th to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Mandatory appearance, please.
And in order to reappear.
Our next case, at the bottom of page 11, property address 5300 Northeast 24 Terrace, 431C, owner Empress Fam Livable Trust. Case number BE 2503-0065, notice posted at the property on 5/13/25, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case was open for expired permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.3.2.1 for the permit BLD SND 2408-0029. The case was opened on March 8, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on March 14, 2025, and notice of hearing was mailed on April 22, 2025. Yesterday, I received a call from part of the family of the property owner, and we are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. They told me that the work was don't make it, and the owner passed away. It's under process to have a new owner.
Okay.
I will inspect the property next month.
Okay, I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 12, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 155 Isle of Venice Drive, 502. Case number BE 25030222. Owner John J. Canty, Teresa M. Canty. Notice posted at the property on 5/20/25, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the interior remodel of the home, including kitchen and bathrooms, and also soundproofing. The case was opened 3/24/2025. Inspection report mailed 3/26/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 4/30/2025. Records show that at present there are permits in process, including building, plumbing, and electrical. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or fine of $50 a day thereafter. I'm going to find that there's notice, the property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists, The respondent will be given until January 15, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 155 Isle of Venice Drive, 701, case number BE 2411045. Owner, Michael D. Nottingham and Chantel R. Nottingham, Michael J. Corrales. Notice posted at the property on 5/20/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: kitchen remodel, including the replacement of cabinets, plumbing, and electrical. The case is opened 11/22/2024. Inspection report mailed 1/3/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 4/1/2025. I've had several conversations with the owner, who has had a difficult time with his contractor. I believe he has recently changed contractors, and at present there are permits in process. Our records show that there's a building, plumbing, and electrical permit being reviewed at this time. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, I'm going to find that there's notice that property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Our next case on page 14, property address 835 Northeast 16th Street. Owner, Sunset Trust, case number BE 25020172. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for two violations: Florida Building Code 2023-111.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling has been changed from the originally permitted classification as a single-family residence to a multi-family dwelling without obtaining the required permits and certificate of occupancy from the building department. Second violation, 105.1 under Florida Building Code 2023. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: separate units, including the separation of one of the units, including a kitchen and bathroom, and an AC unit installed without permits. There is also a walk-in closet, which was built out, and a covered wooden patio at the rear of the property. The case was opened 2/18/2025. Inspection report mailed 2/20/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 4/1/2025. This is a repeat violation from an original violation on this property for the exact same violation back in 2018. Apparently what happened is that once the case came into compliance, the property owner actually reinstalled the kitchen and bathroom into the family room, which was permitted, and now we have opened this new violation. I spoke with the owner, Selena, and also the contractor, Eli, who indicated that they're in the process of obtaining the plans and permits to correct the violations. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice. The property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Our next case, property address 1431 North Federal Highway. Owner, Ring 1431 LLC, case number BE 25020243. Notice posted at the property on 7/15/25, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case involved expired permits related to this property. There's one permit that has been renewed, however, the other permit is still expired. As a result, the case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 91 days to comply or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to December 18th to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Property address 1500 Southeast 15th Street, 215. Case number BE 25020147. Owner Terrence F. Usendorf. Notice posted at the property on 5/23/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Question mark, Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This case involved several expired permits on this property. As stated in today's agenda, the case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 91 days to comply or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to December 18th to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Moving on to page 15 at the bottom. Property address 1916 Southwest 11th Court. Owner Megan Katrina Few. Case number BE 24090169. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/25. Posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Person marked Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: the kitchen and bathroom of this home was remodeled without permits. Case was opened 9/24/2024. Inspection report mailed 9/27/2024, and special magistrate notice mailed 4/15/2025. I recently spoke with the owner, Megan, who indicated that she's in the process of responding to comments from the permitting department. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice, property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 16. At the bottom, property address 3100 Northeast 49th Street, 409. Owner, the Royal Mariner Condo Association. Case number BE 25020240. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Person marked Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This case is in compliance.
Okay, noted for the record. Complied.
Page 17, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 429 Southwest 24th Ave. Owner, Jean M. Lewis, Denise Mathurin, case number BE 25020295. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Building Inspector Severian Onescu for the city. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, property was posted, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to January 15th to come into compliance or face fine. How much was the fine amount? $50 a day.
Property address 701 Carolina Ave, case number BE 25020296. Owner, Yair E. Acevedo Nicholas. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days and $50 thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that, that there's notice, the property was posted. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given to January 15th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Page 18, property address 916 Southeast 12th Court, 1-2, owner BR549 LLC, case number BE25030205. Notice posted at the property on 5/23/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days to comply or $50 thereafter. $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, I'll find that there is notice. The property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists, which expired permits. The respondent will be given to January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Property address 1025 Southeast 15th Street, 9B. Owner Claire Ryder, Elisa Wolf, case number BE25020265. Notice posted at the property on 5/23/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard on 9/4/25.
This property was cited as violation under FPC 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to mini split air conditioning unit installed. This case was opened on February 28, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on March 3, 2025. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on April 3, 2025. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or fine of $50 thereafter, $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, I'm going to find that the property was, that the case was noticed, property was posted, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Your Honor, okay, we have a respondent here, this one, 1616? We have a respondent here for 1616 Northeast 16th Ave.
What page is that?
I'm sorry, it's on page 24.
24.
The inspector is not here. Inspector has left the building. Also, the case is not in compliance.
Well, why don't he come up?
I'm sorry?
Why don't we let him speak?
Okay.
You want to hear it or not?
I'm sorry, Severian. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for letting me speak.
Can you state just a minute. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Jose Sigalapina.
What's
I'm
your...
going to swear me.
Oh, right. You want to raise your right hand?
Do you swear in the firm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I swear.
Thank you. You want me to read the case first, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Page 24 at the top, property address 1616 Northeast 16th Ave, owner Coda Perry Realty LLC, case number BE24080078. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 4/17/25. Fines submitted as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
Let me tell you what's on the agenda. The inspector's not here, but I have the agenda, and basically it says that it's been out of compliance beyond the order that was originally issued for 125 days. There's a fine that equals $6,250. They're looking for me to impose that, and they're noticed that the property is not yet in compliance, and the violation appears to be interior alterations, enclosure of a porch, and a new bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So where are we at with all of that?
Yeah, I have been here many times with this case. At the moment that I received the code compliance, I hire architect office to solve this, and I have been dealing with them many times. Yesterday, I spoke with them, and it's the first time that they send me like all the things that they have they introduce in the city, and they take like 2 months to answer to any note that the city.
How much time do you need?
I request many times 60 days because it's supposed that this is really quick, but these people is a big problem to me. I suppose to 60 more days, and I will need
All right, the inspector's not here. I'm going to grant it.
Okay.
If I'm the hearing officer, that'll be the last one. There may be someone else here, but you need to get this taken care of. You need to get your client, not your client, but your contractor and things, get it done. So the additional time would be extended to November 20th, 2025. The fines will be suspended, not suspended. The accruing fine will be suspended during that period of time, but there are existing fines that are going to have to be dealt with when it's brought into compliance.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right?
maybe perhaps in order to reappear in light of that, Your Honor.
In order to reappear.
Because the history of this case is that the work was originally done without permit.
Okay.
Then the permits were obtained and they were allowed to expire.
Okay.
So this is really.
How does that happen?
I have
no,
something to
just
say.
just a minute.
Yeah, I have
No,
something.
just a minute.
Sorry.
You're the owner, right?
Yeah.
And you've been the owner for the length of this whole procedure, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you did the work without a permit.
No, I didn't. The work was performed by the last owner.
Okay. All right. And then you pulled permits and they expired.
Yes, and all the time, I obtained that permits, and I don't know why the city blocked that permits until I get a new ones, because another thing that they add, that they discover that the property has
Well, there may
built.
be, other violations.
Yeah.
It's not going to issue a permit if there's other violations that haven't been taken care of. Okay, so basically, it'll be extended to November 20th. There'll be an order to reappear on that date, and the fines will be suspended during that period of time.
Okay.
Okay?
I have a question.
I'll let you talk to staff about the questions, okay? Good. I mean, I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19, property address 1400 Northeast 2nd Ave, 1-2. Owner, 1400 Holdings LLC. Case number BE 25030117. Notice posted at the property on 4/28/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 9/4/25.
Severian Ionescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited as violation of Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to interior alteration, windows and doors replacement, air conditioners change out. This case was opened on 3/4/2025. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on 4/22/2025. Inspection finding, the internet posted photos show interior alteration, including but not limited to kitchen bathroom renovation. The record shows no permit application for this work. After the site visit performed today, I was able to conclude that the windows and doors are replaced, and the record show no permit on file for this work. Comparing listing photos with before photos and after the site visit, it was determined that the violation exists. The property is being cited. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, I'm going to find that there's notice. The property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 1524 Southeast 13th Street. Owner, Ryan Investments, LLC. Case number BE 25080125. Notice posted at the property on 8/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 9/4/25.
There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days or $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice. The property was posted. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026, to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 20, property address 2212 Southeast 4th Ave, owner Rishi R. Khatri. Case number BE 25020007, notice posted at the property on 8/8/25, notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 9/4/25.
This property was cited as violation under FPC 2020-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits, and FPC 111.1.1, property occupied as a triplex without the required certificate of occupancy. This case was opened in February 4. Inspection report was mailed on 8/7. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on 8/7. I visited the property together with Inspector Albores. We were granted access to our scheduled meeting with Mr. Shrey that introduced himself as the owner representative. Entering the property, we're greeted by Ms. Heidi Gold, who introduced herself as a tenant on the south side of the lower floor unit. The single-family residence was altered and reconfigured to act as a triplex. Also, the entrance to the second dwelling unit was granted by Ms. Julian Jones, the other tenant. The upstairs dwelling unit was not accessed since the tenant was not home and were not granted access. Violation was found. During our site visit, we were able to discover that the single-family home was divided into 3 individual dwelling units. The ground floor had an unpermitted kitchen installed together with a demising wall that acted as separation between the 2 apartments. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Your Honor, if I could just amend what the inspector said, the property owner is not here. It's being occupied illegally without a CO from a single-family home to a triplex, so I would suggest a higher fine of $500 a day.
Still okay with 119 days?
Any contact from them?
They have finally, the third contractor contacted me, and he said he's going to remove the unpermitted work and he's going to open all the units back up, but he needs to pull a permit to cap plumbing, electrical, and I think gas lines. So no permits as of yet.
Maybe we could keep it to maybe 91 days. That should be more than sufficient to do that work.
You still want the $500?
Yes, please.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice the property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given to December 18th to come into compliance or face fine of $500 a day. Do you want an order to appear? You probably do.
He called me last week saying that he's in California and he cannot attend this meeting today. So,
well, whatever you want to do. You want to just let it go? No.
All right, let's call him in.
I'm sorry?
Let's call him in. Let's.
Yeah, because he could send his contractor in.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, let's do an order to reappear. Yeah. We need to. It's a pretty serious violation.
Moving on to page 21, property address 2572 Northeast 26th Street, owner JPV Home Solutions LLC, case number BE 25030106. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/25, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 9/4/25.
There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice the property was posted. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Page 22, property address 3308 Northeast 15th Court, case number BE 25030119. Owner Jaroslav Parkolak. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 9/4/25.
There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until January 15th, 2026 to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 23. Hearing to impose fines, property address 2813 Northeast 29th Street, owner Nicholas Capriati, case number BE 24070404. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 7/17/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $1,750. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $992.
All right, I'll accept the city's recommendation. I'll find that the property is in compliance and reduce the fine amount to the administrative cost of $992.
At the bottom of page 23, property address 1001 Indiana Ave, owner 1001 Indiana LLC, case number BE 24060081. This case was first heard on 2/20/25 to comply by 5/15/25. Two sections not complied at $50. Total accrued fines $12,500. The city is requesting to vacate the final order from 2/20/25.
Okay, so you want the order vacated, you don't want anything in its place, right? Just a straight vacation?
Yes.
All right, based on the testimony of the city, I'll vacate the final order.
Okay. Moving on to page 25. Property address 3000 Northeast 30th Place, owner Claridge Homes 3000 Waterside LP, case number BE 24050084. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 1/2/25. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines $12,900. The city is requesting to a 119-day extension and stay the fines during that time.
Okay. All right, and how was notice provided for this hearing?
Was notice provided?
How was notice provided?
Certified mail, bill certified mail.
Certified mail?
And
All right,
we also post at the property.
okay, they posted.
Yes.
I think the S means posted. Didn't you tell me that once? The S next to the case number means posted. Am I right about that? Yes. Okay, so I'll find it, there's notice. Sworn testimonies of the city is uncontested. I'll extend the time to January 15th, 2026. Are you looking to suspend the fines during that period of time?
Yes, please.
And so I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. Do you want a notice to reappear?
No.
Okay. All right, extended till
January
15th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Property address 3300 Northeast 36th Street, number 1209. Case number BE 20070241. Owner Carolyn and John Fallon. This case was first heard on 2/18/21 to comply by 4/1/21. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines $81,500. City is requested to vacate the final order from 2/18/21 and order imposing fines 5/20/21.
Okay. Can I ask why? Do you know what happened here? There's $81,000. What you're asking me to do, which I'm inclined to do, is to vacate the final order and vacate the order imposing the fine.
Yeah, in this case, the permit was voided.
Permit was voided. Okay. All right. I'll vacate the final order from February 18th, 2021, and the order imposing fine, which is dated May 20th, 2021. They'll both be vacated.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Property address 825 Southwest 14th Street, 1-2. Case number BE 24080151. Owner Lincoln Sports and Entertainment LLC. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 5/15/25. One section not complied at $150. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,750, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find there's notice under Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify the fine. Impose the fine.
Property on page 26, property address 2124 Southwest 3rd Terrace. Owner Faye Plasny Corp. Case number BE 24070121. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of fines of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I will impose the fine.
Okay. Property address 2630 Sugarloaf Lane. Owner Carmen Camano. Case number BE 240400106. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 5/21/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,550. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,038.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll accept the recommendation of the city to reduce the fine to administrative costs, which is $1,038.
Moving on to page 28 at the bottom. Property address 401 Northwest 14th Way. Owner Miguel Angel Perez. Case number BE 240700228. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,350.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. Us impose the fine.
Page 29. Property address. Oh, didn't we do that one? 712 Northwest 2nd Street? Okay, thank you. Property address 2901 Northeast 55th Place. Owner Oliver Henry Traggart. Case number BE 240800309. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,050, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there is notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Moving on to page 30 in the middle. Property address 312 Northwest 7th Street. Owner 312 Northwest 7th Street LLC. Case number BE 23080244. This case was first heard on 2/15/24 to comply by 3/28/24. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $31,600. City is requesting to vacate the order imposing fine from 2/20/25 and reimpose fines to administrative costs of $1,275.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I accept the city's recommendation to vacate the order imposing fine of dated February 20th, 2025. But I will impose a fine which reflects the administrative costs incurred by the city of $1,275.
Moving on to page 31, property address 720 Northwest 22nd Road. Owner Carmen Anita Shirley, case number BE 211-00155. This case was first heard on 3/17/22 to comply by 4/28/22. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $76,800. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $575.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The order has been complied with. The city is requesting that the fine amount be reduced to administrative costs of $575, and I'll issue an order that does that.
Property address 3541 Northwest 53rd Street. Owner LRF3 MIA Northwest 53rd Street LLC. Case number BE 240700382. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 5/20/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $11,900. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,275.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll accept the sworn testimony of the city that the property is in compliance, and I'll accept the recommendation to reduce the fine amount to cost, which is $1,275.
Okay. Moving on to page 32, at the top, property address 301 Southwest 21st Street. Owner Matt J. Baker. Case number BE 240800294. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 7/17/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to bring this case back as a Massey in order to impose fine.
I'm sorry, you're requesting what?
To bring the case back as a Massey.
Today?
No, at the next hearing.
Okay, so do you want a continuance? Is that what it would be?
No, Your Honor, this was in order to appear on old business, so since the fines are scheduled to be, are scheduled to start today? Today.
Yes.
The fines will start to accrue, and then the city will properly notice at the next hearing as a Massey.
So basically, you really don't want me to take any action?
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay, I'll take no action. Okay, so noted, so ordered.
Thank you.
We're all done.
This concludes our September 18th, 2025 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division. Thank you.